You are welcome back to the Cocoa Digest Morning Show. If you're just tuning in, it is time for our online news review with two of my co-hosts in the persons of Miss Miriam Abnadidi and Clement Yaban Kwe. Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, Yaira.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, Yaira.
So it's the 1st of August, 2024, 8th month of the year. How would you say the year has been so far?
Well, for me, I would say it has been, a roller coaster for me. It hasn't really been smooth throughout, and August being the second month in the second part of the year, we are hoping that, better opportunities are going to come. The year hasn't ended, so I'm just looking forward to amazing opportunities and openings.
Okay. And what about you, please?
So, Yaira, firstly, you're looking very beautiful.
Thank you.
I think blue is the color I really like. Yes. And the white, Charlie, you look very good.
Thank you.
Yes. So, the month, I guess, is the 8th month, as we know. And let me just give a brief history about the month of August.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So, that's according to the Gregorian calendar. August is a word that means inspiring or admiration, and is the name of the 8th month of the year. As I said, according to the Gregorian calendar, it's the 6th month of the ancient Roman calendar, used by the Roman Kingdom and Republic. Back then, the month of August was known as Sextulius. That's back then. Latin for the 6th month. That is the Latin name for the 6th month. And in 8 BC, the month was named in honor of someone. So the month of August was named after someone. That's how we got the name August. So it was named after Augustus Caesar. He was the first Roman emperor. That's a brief about the month of August. But when it comes to a biblical meaning, I just want to talk small. When it comes to a biblical meaning for the month of August, so the month of August means harvest, bountiful season. So we want to tell our viewers that this month of August is going to be of great yield. They are going to have great increase in their life. So July is gone, June is gone. Let's start a new month altogether with a new beginning. Let the old go and have a new chapter. That's all I can say.
Thank you. That's very inspiring. So they said today is International Girlfriend's Day. National. So it's only Ghana.
Yeah, like nations.
So okay.
Every country
has their own day. Yeah. Oh, okay. So entertainment people or lifestyle people. So tell us something about that too.
Yeah, we'll be having a conversation during the lifestyle segment, and we are going to be talking about the bond that friendship exists in friendship, and also look at the importance of relationships. But you see, most Ghanaians have the perception that National Girlfriend's Day means you need to celebrate your beloved or your girlfriend, romantic celebration. But actually, that is not the real brain behind the National Girlfriend's Day. It's just a day to honor, that kind of bond that exists between ladies. That's girly form of relationship. But I mean, we can also deduce that meaning, that romantic meaning from it, because we call our beloved girlfriends, right? Just as Clement has a beloved, he is going to refer to her as his girlfriend, right?
Do you want our viewers to fight?
That's the point.
Clement, are you denying your girlfriend on set?
I'm not denying, but why should you talk about this?
Oh, don't do that.
You shouldn't do that.
It was just for reference. I mean, I wanted people to understand.
Oh yes, that one
angle I'm coming
I know
from.
she's even watching. Yes.
Hello, Mawena.
Hey.
So, Yaira, today is National Girlfriend's Day. My question is, when is National Boyfriend's Day?
Oh, there is a day. There's actually a day for that.
But I don't know the date.
Yeah, we'll have to look for it. But there is a day.
You need to look for it, because always girlfriend, Mother's Day, when it comes to Father's Day, and you don't celebrate it too much.
No,
so,
don't even start this.
I shouldn't start.
In here, hype it. The women hype what they deem important.
So
Yaira, the only thing I would say on this day is National Girlfriend's Day. So the ladies out there, please, let's treat the men with all respect. Yes, the Bible says that what a man needs is respect. And what a man will give to a woman is love. So if you don't treat us with respect, you will not get the love that you need.
But Clement,
why are you making Girlfriends Day about men?
Men.
You say?
We are talking about girls.
Yeah, so I'm also making my point.
Wait, when we are celebrating Boyfriends Day,
you can give
bring this kind of advice.
If you are going to send some advice or admonition to people, it should be that, oh, girlfriends should treat each other well, respect, love men.
And this is a time for men or boys to appreciate their girlfriends.
No, these are the
kind of things we want to hear from men, not advice.
No. This is the day that girlfriend, Charlie, though you are going to celebrate, but you need to celebrate us too in a very grand style.
Are you a girlfriend?
Oh.
Don't make us pounce on you this morning.
but the truth of the matter is, let the ladies treat each other with respect.
Yes, this is what we want to hear.
No, I will not give you what you want to hear.
You have to give the viewers.
Oh, yes, I know what I said earlier, the viewers wanted. Yes, so this is the day they need to treat each other with respect. When you compare a relationship between a boy and a boy and a girl, when you take about 5, always girls have more issues than that of boys. A boy would fight with the other person. Within 30 minutes, everything is over. The next day, you see them eating together. But for women or for ladies, it's not like that. It takes years before they come back. So,
let us not
yes,
get
we
into
drag
that.
into issues. So, I will leave that's a little thing we will say.
Thank you so much. Trending news officers, please drop the hottest, latest bit of news for us.
Okay, so Yaira, there has been some form of emancipation for women in the country, some kind of liberation, when it comes to decision making and other things, because the long-awaited bill that has been in Parliament for a very long time, I'm talking about the Affirmative Action Gender Equity Bill 2024, has finally been passed in Parliament. And this bill was sent to Parliament since 2011. So you can imagine. And this bill primarily is to empower women and also address some gender-related issues. And so there are some objectives associated with this bill, and I'd like to read them out.
Okay.
So they are saying that it is going to help address issues on marginalizing of women in public and economic life in Ghana, and also see to an increase in the number of women in leadership. Okay. It is also going to ensure that Ghana's obligations under the International Human Rights Instrument, to which it is a state party, are complied to. It is also going to support women to take up leadership roles, as I stated earlier, and they are going to be more effective in decision making, especially regarding to governance. Okay. Yeah, so it is like a bill that is going to empower women. It is going to give us that 50-50 opportunity. So if men are given the opportunity to be in Parliament, let's say 50%, women are also going to get 50% to be in Parliament. Okay. And you know, the other time we're talking about some harmful human activities that affect women and children. These are things that the law is going to support women to fight against. So this bill is a victory for all women. Yes, I mean, and I have to commend all the gender ministers for their fight and towards this passage of the bill. They've really contributed. They've been instrumental in making this a success.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
This bill, like you said, it's going to cement a lot of things that a lot of women have actually, even, advocates have come out to talk about. Yeah. And now I'm just hoping that it would sort of help to just clear our system or our society of the misogyny and the marginalization of women, as you even stated, where you get comments like, Obadi, this Obadi. But we are human beings. Right. And even though it's a little distasteful to have to pass a law in a society to be able to get one faction of the human race to be brought up to that level of the other. Why is that even? But I mean, we're not here to question the status quo.
Yeah.
So, well, we are glad and we are happy and we hope that this bill that has been passed will bring us
but you know,
so
good things.
Okay.
So,
okay. So, Clement, what do you also have for us?
yeah, Zoyara, one, this bill, it's really happened on the right time. So it was passed at the right time. Since today happens to be the National Girlfriends Day. So I think we are celebrating this together.
Oh, yes.
Today, I'm a lady and I'm called Mami Araba.
Hey.
Yeah, so that's my name today. We are all celebrating it together.
Okay.
Yeah, since the bill too has been passed, I think it's a good news. And as you said, it's going to give women the chance to actually work without any
restrictions.
Yes, without any restrictions, any limitations. That is very good of them. And the last thing I want to say is that even before the passing of this bill, women are really doing well.
Oh, they
are really doing well. Because currently we know we're having a woman as a running mate for one of the political parties, and others also still image a woman. So all these things, they are really doing well.
But you see, some people pass some funny comments under some of the posts, and they were like, okay, there was this guy who said, what a woman can do, what a man can do, a woman can do. So if you want to go and plug mango on a tree, don't come and call me. Please climb your thing. And you know, they are trying to say, since this bill has been passed, we all have the equal right to do anything. So if you're a woman and you're expecting a man to do something for you now, you've been empowered. So you have to work for yourself.
But if they are using that premise, then women can say, if you want a child, then give birth to it to yourself.
And that is what I bring to the table.
You see, the issue is when you go to that angle, Yara, you've taken us
from
one scene to a different scene. Because because the angle you're going, this is biblical matter.
Biblical, please.
God created women for that special purpose.
We are speaking from the perspective of ability.
Yes.
But you know, men, we are not having that ability to do that. So since we don't have that ability, you should
expect a woman to climb a tree.
Exactly.
But women, we have women who are building contractors who climb.
Yes.
Women are now driving.
No,
so,
these issues, they are annoying. Like,
but all the same, Myra, all the same, we are not here to argue this. But the only thing I want to say is that we thank God this bill has been passed. Yes. We want to see the women who are very strong. Let them come out. Yes. And let's build the country.
So we do have another, bit of news trending. Anything else? Because I remember you mentioned something in the car when we were coming.
Was it about the video that was trending?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, so yesterday our president, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, in his speech or address, mistakenly mentioned his opponents, let me put it that way. So he was like, okay, so the Nanado Mahama administration instead of the Nanado Baumia administration, and that has also caused some form of controversies on social media.
Very silly comments.
Some are even saying Mahama is living rent-free in Nanado's head. He can't get enough of him and the rest. And some are also saying President Akufo-Addo is very intelligent. Maybe it was a strategy to draw people's attention to what he was saying. So I mean,
there will be varied opinions.
So that's a funny gist. Yes. So one news we have happens to be Ghana Gas Company Limited. They said they are undergoing maintenance from today to 17th of August. And this maintenance is very necessary because they made a reason being that it's better we experience a short-term issues with gas than having a long-term issues with gas. So Ghanaians should pardon with them. We should just relax for them so that they work on the gas system for us. But whilst they are doing that, Sankofa, it's a company that supply gas. That's Sankofa OCTP. Will be distributing gas to third-party distribution station. So though Ghana Gas is working on maintenance, but Sankofa OCTP will be also supplying gas for Ghanaians for our use. So she just relax.
I hope that in their maintenance too, they do something about the cylinder, like what's the word? educating people on how to keep their cylinders and maintain them. Because anytime you go and fill gas, they'll tell you have to change something. You have to do this.
Change the rubber.
Yeah, rubber and some things. And there's not enough education about why exactly you need to do that. So it comes off as a rip-off to certain people. And then also even your regulator, all those basic information, because LPG it can be dangerous. So even as they do this, when they finish, I'm sure they can put something together to do a little public education for us as well. Okay. So today you guys don't have your newspapers here. Next week you will see. So let's get into the online news. So the first one says, Election 2024, politicians, please refrain from attacking journalists, GJA. As the elections of 2024 draw near, the Ghana Journalists Association has warned politicians to desist from attacking journalists. The GJA has seen that when the political atmosphere heats up, politicians regularly take advantage of journalists' patience by attacking them in a variety of ways. Albert Jumfor, the president of GJA, cautioned politicians about the consequences of attacking journalists during his remarks at the Ghana Catholic Bishops' Conference in Accra on Wednesday. He made it clear that the occurrences of this nature before, during, or following the elections in 2024 will not be treated lightly.
It is well. So we all know the crucial roles, that journalists play in our society, right? In providing transparent, accurate information, and also holding public servants accountable for their works. And so anytime I hear issues of politicians attacking journalists, I really feel it is not right, and it is something that is alarming that we need to address with immediate effect, because it undermines their transparency and also their accountability. And it creates some kind of environment of intimidation, because if, let's say, Clement is a journalist and he has been abused before, and I'm also a journalist, what do you think is going to happen on me? I will start feeling scared. I wouldn't even want to go out to cover stories. But under normal circumstances, it is Clement's duty to bring out, the things that these politicians are doing. And who is a politician? A politician is someone who holds a public office, something. And so if these same people are abusing our journalists, I feel it is not right. And in 2019, we were all in this country where a journalist, I don't want to mention his name because he's passed, he was shot and killed. And he was before he died, he was part of an investigative team that they were investigating corruption in the Ghanaian football, and
GFA.
One key politician was also tagged as being corrupt or being a part of that corruption. And so this politician also came out and, threatened this journalist that he was going to deal with him, blah, blah, blah. I know you all remember that story. I don't want to mention their names. I mean, later the journalist died. And we all saw how scared the people within the media space were. A lot of people started leaving the profession. They didn't want to go out, even
for their lives.
You get it. I mean, these are the things that we need to, constantly talk about. And I'm very happy that the GJA president came out to talk about it. And there are also some laws backing the duties of journalists. According to the 1992 Constitution, Article 21 says there is freedom of expression. So it also provides some kind of freedom for the media if you read that article. And also Article 163 also says responsibility of the media. It outlines the responsibility of the media, including the obligation to uphold the responsibility and accountability of government to the people of Ghana. And as I asked earlier, who is a politician? So if a journalist is, investigating politicians or a politician, why then do we have to attack them? Are they not doing their jobs? What are you hiding? What don't you want people to, conceal?
Questions.
These are disturbing issues that, I don't know. And I'm always passionate about it because we all find ourselves in the media space, and election is just at the corner. You're going to be called to go and cover stories on ground. And you are likely to be slapped.
Please, I'm fragile. Please, nobody should say
You are likely to be hit.
Yeah.
Clement.
But, you know, as the way Ghana, you know, Ghana is a democracy.
Yeah.
And the way Ghana has been commended for our democracy, we should not even have an issue such as this.
Yeah.
Because in a democracy, there are certain theories even that the media is the fourth arm of government,
Yes.
because they are the link between the people and the
government.
leadership.
Yeah.
So they are the ones, like you said, they are the ones helping with the accountability and transparency. So if the media is being stifled, if they are fearing for their lives, are we then a democracy? Because if they are not able to put you on your feet and tell you right from wrong, or show whatever evils you are doing in secret to the people, you are the representatives of these people.
Exactly.
And if they are telling the people what you are doing for them is not good, and the people are speaking out and you are attacking them, are we really then a democracy? Because we even have certain theories about certain media houses being owned by certain politicians giving just one perspective of the kind of information that comes out. You know, like, it makes the whole democracy thing very shaky, because Ghana has been, you know, applauded for a while. So if GJ is coming out to say this, then it means there's a very big question mark on our governance.
And there's a huge potential of journalists being attacked.
Yes.
And I also think that the politicians also think, because they have that much power, they can exert all of that power and try to, what's the word, make people kowtow to them, which is very, very wrong. Because the fact that you're in power does not mean that you have to make them.
And I'm very happy for the establishment of Clock TV.
But you see,
we'll be here.
I think I would like to talk on this issue.
Yes, but before that, let us take a quick break. And when we come back, we will continue this discussion. It's a very, very hot discussion, very passionate. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Cocoa Digest Morning Show. If you're just tuning in, this is the online and newspaper print review with two of my co-hosts in the persons of Miss Miriam Abnadidi and Mr. Clement Yabankwe. So we were talking about GJ asking, or what's the word? Yeah, asking the politicians to refrain from attacking journalists during the elections, after, even before the elections. And yes, we were getting quite passionate. I hope the passion hasn't died.
It hasn't, not at all.
Yeah.
So according to Al Jazeera report that was done by one of the journalists, in their report, he said, according to Ghana Journalists Association, there were a total of 45 documented cases of attacks against journalists and media institutions from 2019 to 2023. Wow. 45. And now that we are moving to 2024, now that we are in election year, you see, whenever election approaches, a lot of things happen. That is when, as Miriam gave the meaning of politicians, they try to use these media personalities as, should I say, a way to get their ways through the journey. So people end up they manipulate some of the journalists to do things in their favor. So at the end of the day, they are not able to bring out the actual issue. They just talk about just the surface and they just let it go. But you see, we are in this country where a couple of years ago, some journalists would stand and talk about what is happening in the country, criticize the ruling government, say a lot of things about it. But when it happens to other governments, it's like there is fear. When you talk, your other journalists would even end up attacking you. You get it? So in as much as the president is saying that politicians should refrain from such, I would also say that some of the journalists, you need to be very fair, be transparent. let your yes be your yes, let your no be your no. If you are doing the work for the people of Ghanaians, put them first. Don't do it for your own interest, thinking that probably you would get something for yourself, so you manipulate the information. The last time Miriam talked about misinformation.
Yeah.
And thanks be to God, today there's going to be a Ghana Report Summit. And the theme is about misinformation. And it's very important because we're in election year. So all this issue, if Ghana, our peace will still stand, it's not about the politician, it's about we the journalists.
Yeah.
Because the information we pick from them, how we communicate, that's a problem. That's a problem. So I think that in as much as the president has said that, the journalists too, we should be very careful.
They need to uphold all rules of ethics as journalists. Because I mean, you have to be transparent, as he said. You have to be accurate. You have to be truthful. You have to be factual. You know, everything that you're going to do should be for the public interest, not your personal interest. And so these are some of the things that we can also be doing to help, you know, the country get to where it wants to get, and the politicians too. As we've said, there are laws that support journalists in their duties, and so they should be, you know, careful in handling them. Yes, we know they are in power. They are part of the legislature and also have influence, you know, at the executive level and other things. But the journalists also have, you know, some kind of power. These days, the media is a very powerful tool that people use to get anything they want, and so they should be careful.
Sure.
And I'm speaking to the media houses owned by certain people in society, whether affiliated to any political party or not. I think that these media houses, at the basis of everything, should remember that they are a media house and there are certain codes of conduct or even ethics that they are supposed to follow.
Yes.
And that should not be clouded by the fact that it is owned by, like ClockSag. You know, ClockSag owns Clock TV, but I don't think that Clock TV is here to bash government or do anything untoward, you know. We are here to just propagate the news, give accurate information, make sure that the public knows everything. And then, of course, we are tooting our horn a little. So I would like other media houses to emulate this principle or this value that we are trying to put across. So we have a comment. We have certain comments here. So this one says, "Hi, good morning. I believe you guys are doing great. Special love to my girlfriend. Ironically, I love my girlfriend, but she does not know that she's my girlfriend." And this is from our very own Obiba. I'm sure don't worry, I'll do the line for you. And then someone also says, "This is my first time joining the show, but I love the show. Thank you so much." And then someone says, "Madam Yaira, you're looking good." Thank you. Then the last one says, "Happy Girlfriend's Day to all the girls out there. Thank you so much. We appreciate you for your well wishes. We thank you for your comments as well." So the next story says, 226 people lose more than 112,000 Ghana cedis in 6 months due to online blackmail. So the story here says, online blackmail incidents have increased significantly, according to the Cybersecurity Authority, CSA. In the first half of 2024, 226 victims lost 112,209 Ghana cedis, and 141 more reports were filed between March and June this year. Threat actors are accused of exploiting social media platforms to entice victims into romantic relationships, start friendships, surreptitiously record nude video calls, and then use the footage as leverage for blackmail. So the Cybersecurity Authority issued a statement advising viewers to use strong passwords, to safeguard important information, and to decline friend requests from strangers.
Hey, this is as well. This story is very alarming because, I mean, this is not the first time we are experiencing these things happening in our country. And the number you mentioned, the figure you mentioned, is very high. And it doesn't seem like it is going to reduce anytime soon. And this is because I feel cyber criminals keep updating, upgrading their game. You know, they keep learning on the job. I mean, they are advancing in technology, and so each and every time they are coming out with something new to, scam people. But when I did my research, I realized that there were some, national cyber security authorities that are, how do I put it, in particular, are supposed to pay attention to these things. And so one is the Cyber Security Authority you mentioned, which is a primary government organization for cyber crimes and also cyber security responses. We also have the Cyber Crime Unit of the Ghana Police Service. I never knew this, that there was a unit like that. Yes, so they are also there to make sure that these cyber crimes are, curbed and other things. And we also have the National Cyber Security Center, another key, government agency that plays a role in, cyber crimes and other things. But all I'm trying to say is that if we have all these agencies, government agencies, what are they doing? Like, what are they doing to help, minimize the rate at which people are being scammed, people are being deceived and other things? Because they are supposed to intensify their investigations and other things to make sure that we get these people, because it keeps happening. It is becoming prevalent, and at the end of the day, we don't know where we are heading. People are being scammed, mobile money.
I was even about to mention that mobile money thing, because it transcends just blackmail.
Yes.
I don't know how some people are able to find a way to just generate a transaction, and then a prompt comes on your phone, and if you are not, aware or you are alert, you will just type in, and then whatever coins is in your momo will just...
Yeah, so I think this whole issue, as Mimi said, I'm looking at the point that how would someone get you nude? That's question number one. On what point will you send or have a video with someone in that manner? So that's true. Because if you are careful as a young man, as a young woman, you will not find yourself in this situation. That is why Ghana, we have a culture. And that culture need to be preserved. And this is one of the ways we can preserve. In as much as the Cyber Security Authority, they are doing their best. But you see, the issue is, even if we go to school, we might do the same course. They will teach us the same, but at the end of the day, you have a different thing you learned from mine. So Cyber Security Authority will do this, but we as the individual citizens, what do we do? I was fortunate to join CLOCSALAG, that is the CLOCSAG Civil Service Ladies Association. They had a program, I think early this year at Auditorium, where a cybersecurity personnel was there. It was educating the mothers on issues like this. Most of them were surprised because they never knew. I don't know if you are aware that if you take a nude with your phone and let's say you send it to me and you delete it from your end, and also let's say we have WhatsApp, we have a feature that will tell you delete for everyone.
Yes.
You think that thing has deleted, but it hasn't.
But there's a cloud.
Yes.
It's a whole lot of
stuff. So the man told them that because of this, the only advice he will give us is don't even do it. And if previously you were doing it, stop. Because this is how someone, they will surf the internet and get this videos of yours, and then they used to blackmail you. And the young girls too, please. Today is Girlfriend's Day. Today is Girlfriend's Day.
You can imagine the kind of things people want to do.
Yes. So please, we should be very careful. To be very, very, don't even send picture to an extent that people used to blackmail you. I don't know, but for me, I'm so passionate about things like that, because my point is, I don't know where I will be tomorrow. Maybe today I'm doing this, but maybe tomorrow I'll be a public figure and someone will use that pictures.
I want to even add up to what you just said. We're all in this country when an unfortunate incident happened to a popular figure, and we saw how disgusting it was, despite the person's influence and other things. And one thing I always say about the lady is that I appreciated the fact that she came out, and apologized to the public, and also said something in her paragraph 4. She made mention of the fact that if she had known you know, that she was going to be who she was today or who she is today, she wouldn't have done what she did 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So, as Clement was just saying, my ladies, I'm so particular about ladies because we always find ourselves doing these things.
That's true.
Please, don't try to please the guy by sending your nude to him. It is not going to end well. You don't know what the future holds for you. You don't know who you are going to be. Maybe you are going to be the next, you know, Chief Justice, the next president, member of parliament. You can never tell.
Yeah.
You know, but just sending a nude picture, it doesn't even prove your love to your partner. There are so many ways of proving your love to your partner. You can send them momo and other things.
But you know, this whole thing too, there are a few more sides to it. Because when you read extensively on this story in particular, they say that the strangers come to befriend you or, you know, start a relationship with you. And sometimes, even let's say the scammers who take money from the people abroad, if you look at the victims, there's a trend. These old, lonely people, vulnerable people are the ones that are very, very prone to these things because they are alone. They need that kind of a relationship with somebody to be able to, you know, continue their lives properly and things like that. So I think that the threat actors, as they've been termed here, are the ones who also take advantage of that. Then there's also the perspective of manipulation, emotional manipulation, where your partner, if you love me, you send it to me. But that is not proof of love, as you said. So you can see that there are so many other parts or sides to this thing. So it does not just end at don't send it, but we also must be aware of the tactics that people use. Because also there's also another perspective of this where maybe Clement and I have had a relationship. We've shared all those things. We've done, you know, in the name of being freaky, as they call it, or just, you know, youthful exuberance, right? We break up bitterly, and now he posts it. It is termed as revenge porn, which is an offense, you know. And you can see that it has so many bad side effects. But at the time that we were probably sharing those things, it was in
Sally,
very
so much
good
joy.
faith, very excitement and love and all of that. But now that things are bitter, somebody's nude pictures are on social media.
Know that change is inevitable, right?
Yes.
People change.
So
you
just
can
be careful
with somebody today, tomorrow the person will hate you. No
you just be careful.
So you just have to be careful.
Exactly. Exactly. Just be careful. And I think the last thing I just want to add to this story is that day the man said something. He said, when you go to China, for example, the TikTok they are using over there, they don't use for what the Africans are using for. What we used, funny, no. Yes, is for studies. And you can't even go beyond what you are supposed to do with. So he was of the view that the government need to have some restrictions on the use of mobile phones and some app. I think when that thing happens, it's going to help us very well. There should be restrictions. There should be a place, an app that when you are using and what you are doing there is not appropriate. It will stop you.
Some of the apps.
Some apps are like that. And then also, the country we find ourselves in, it's a developing country. We barely even have enough resources for the most basic needs. So you can see that we are not even up there yet. And then also the fact that there are people who own, you know, let me just be plain, pornographic sites. These people make so much money and have become very influential. It should not be surprising to hear that maybe a pornographic site owner or whatever company, you know, board chair is the one funding certain things. So when it comes to that restriction issue now, it becomes a problem because if he's on that board, it's not in his best interest now because his money is going to be cut off or something like that. So you realize that there are so many angles and things that need to be touched on.
I think this topic is very broad, and I know Yara today because I saw on the flyer that there was one resource personnel coming for the main discussion, and now they are going to touch on all this. So viewers should expect
accessing the internet, children accessing the internet. So we'll be discussing that later in the day. So let us take a few comments. So this one is from Rose Entertainment. Good morning, Clock TV. I'm Charles, watching you live from Dubai. All of you in the studio are looking good. Thank you. Then he also says, I love your outfits. My regards to you and your team. You guys are doing a great job. Then D&J Ventures says, I'm enjoying your morning show. Keep doing the good work. Thank you so much. Then, so Sefas Dosu says, kindly teach us how one can prove his or her love.
But I just mentioned one.
Send more, yes, send more.
You know.
So
the greetings, no, is
this one with what Sefas has asked, we have so many love languages.
Yes.
Maybe mine would be gifts. Mine is just appreciate me. Oh baby, you look so beautiful.
Wow.
Oh,
That's
yes.
enough for me. Mine is you call me in the morning, you ask me, baby, how is work going? Are you okay? Have you eaten?
Please don't ask me, have you eaten?
But others own will be send me money, you send gifts,
Yes.
take the person out.
Yeah.
So to prove your love to someone, get to know the person.
Yes.
When you get to know the person, understand the language the person wants, and give it to the person.
Yes, same here. So, Sefas, I hope you have been, you've learned something today. So, one more comment here. It says, I think the GJ's caution to politicians is laudable, but Yaira, the truth is some journalists are too biased. They hide behind their consoles and propagate their own agenda. This makes them a target whenever they are seen in public. GJA must caution its members as well. Utu okra fun
Utu okra fun no utu momone.
Yes. Thank you so much. This is from Obiba. Thank you for your comment. Oh, thank you, Clement, for the cheese. Yes. So the next story is Ghana card is required for foreign exchange transactions by the Bank of Ghana.
Okay.
So the Bank of Ghana has mandated that authorized forex bureaus functioning within the nation follow the new guidelines for customer identity verification. Anyone looking to purchase or sell foreign currencies as part of these measures are required to present a Ghana card as identification. Passports must be shown, and biometric verification will be necessary for foreign nationals as well. As the central bank launches a new centralized platform for foreign exchange operations, these directives come into force today, August 1, 2024, and it will be impossible for customers to transact in foreign exchange if they do not have a Ghana card. Yes.
So, Era, there's a good thing the Bank of
Businessman, yes. Take us away.
So the good thing the Bank of Ghana has done, because it's creating a centralized platform for all the forex bureau and other banks to actually work on it.
Yes.
Engage, that's doing their exchange activity. And the aspect of Ghana card, I was really interested why Ghana card being a requirement, a sole requirement. And you see, according to Bank of Ghana, we have one regulation that says compliance with know your audience or know your customers regulation. That is, you need to get to know the people you are serving and getting to know them as having their identity. And you see, Ghana card has everything about you. Yeah, so if they just get your Ghana card and enters your ID, they get to know all your identity. This would also help prevent the issue of fraud, what we are talking about. Yes, it will also bring what we call transparency in the industry, so that at the end of the day, they realize, okay, Yaira visited this place at this point in time. There's a transaction that she did. So that is the reason why Ghana card has become a sole requirement for one to transact or do exchange transactions. But the issue is why they need to introduce the that central. Let me just read a little. I visited the Bank of Ghana site, and the reason why they wanted to, or the reason for introduction of this central foreign exchange trading platform is one, centralization. Because if Mimi owes Forex, one company, I also have one, you also have one. Initially, you do your things differently. Though there's a regulation, you might even end up doing things which is not. Yes, I also do the same thing. You also do this. So at the end of the day, we have different things. And exchange rates, you use a different rate, I also use a different rate. But this time, they want a centralized one. So we all go by this. That's one of the main reasons why. And also transparency. That's helping to prevent market manipulations. Where when you go to a place, they'll use 15, a place will use 16, that kind of thing. They want to prevent it. The next thing they want to look out for is the efficiency. They realize this one is going to be more efficient, and also facilitating fast transaction settlement. The next one is regulation and monitoring. It will help the Bank of Ghana to monitor all the activities of these very organizations. Because when you log into that platform, every transaction an organization has done, the information is there. So it's just going to help Bank of Ghana do all this monitoring and that of reporting. The next one is market access. That is, it provides equal access to the market. As we said earlier, we will all use the same exchange rate since we use the platform. We also have the data collection analysis. In terms of Bank of Ghana, they will get the data they need, and this helps them in the aspect of monetary policy rates. When they want to check the monetary policy rate of the country, it also helps them to know how they will manage the exchange rates we have, whether the dollar is rising, whether it's sometimes is this organization who would just make this dollar rise, and because the demand for it, we have what you call the demand pool and stuff. The demand and supply forces alone will help a dollar to either rise or come down. But with this information, I think Bank of Ghana is going to help them to do all these kind of things.
But I have a question.
Okay.
With the issues we have with Ghana card in this country, where even the Ghana card being issued, new ones to people is an issue. Then those who may have lost theirs is an issue. Is that not going to rather push the larger population to the change people in Accra on the streets? Is that not likely to happen?
It has that potential. I mean, not even only for the locals, but also international people. There's this potential accessibility issue.
Yes.
Because people, I'm talking about the foreigners, right? They are not familiar with the Ghana card, right? So getting access to one is going to be a challenge.
Yeah, so I think for the foreigners,
theirs is passports. I think
the
so. They said yes.
They'll be using the passport.
So theirs will be a biometric verification for their passport. So yes, that is for them,
and
the foreigners. Then locals are going to.
Ghana
how many
card.
people even have Ghana card?
So can I come in? I think now, I would say majority of Ghanaians have the Ghana card. Though I don't have the data to speak to, but I believe majority of the Ghanaians population have the Ghana card. And I know the National Identity Authority too, they are really doing their best to make sure that everybody gets one Ghana card or the other. But as you said, it's very true because, and it's one thing about Ghana card is you can't use someone's Ghana card.
Yes.
That is another thing. Because even if you go with someone's Ghana card, the verification process will expose you. Will expose you. So with this, it's going to help because if I have money and I want to change and I don't have Ghana card, what I'll do is, I speak with Yaira. Yaira, I want to do this transaction, but I don't have Ghana card. You know me. So because you know me, you trusted me to that extent that I'm not engaging in fraudulent activity. So you go ahead to do it for me. I think that is one way Bank of Ghana is looking at. But if not for this Ghana card system, anybody at all would engage in fraudulent activity. So what we are talking about, we want to help solve these issues. So I think this is one of the ways they are going to do to solve it. And I think Bank of Ghana has done well. They have done well to bring this platform up.
In as much as they've done well and this initiative is laudable, I think there are a few lapses that they also should look at, just like what we were just about talking about, the accessibility issues and other things. They should also
and then also, if they've implemented this, they should have some measures for the illegal ones. Because if they have the centralized rate and all of that, and these, what's the word to use?
Black market.
So,
okay, yes, black market people decide to be a few bits lower.
Lower, yeah.
The majority of people will run to them.
Yeah.
So Yaira, this one lies for we Ghanaians. We should go in for what we've been asked to go in for.
The right.
Let's go to the right channel. You see, I'm coming because yes, I see that let's go in for the right channel because you might think you want the easiest way, but by the time you realize, they will give you fake.
Yeah.
Yes. Ghanaians are well aware.
It happens. It happens. So we should, Ghanaians, please, we are begging. Let's go through the process. Yes, he said all the licenses organization, they'll be on this platform. So please, when you go, just ask your license. Sometimes when you go, it's just there. You can see it for yourself. If it's not license, please don't do transaction there.
But you see, you know Ghanaians, you don't leave it at begging them. Because they are well aware. Some of them will say, if they get a fake data, they'll go and sell it. You know, the mentality we have here sometimes baffles me.
So
when they know very, very well that they are going to be vulnerable to certain things like being given counterfeit and those things. But someone who decide he's thinking smart that, okay, then he would also do that to the next person and get his money, you know. So aside this part, they should look at the other side of it and then be able to check those guys who are, you know, running this kind of black market activity as well. So let's take a few comments. So this one says, please tell romantic love Dr. Clement that they are watching him. I will not mention names because I come in peace. CCF, one love, hashtag romantic FO, hashtag ASA Presido. And it is from Obiba as well.
So I think he's talking about campus. Campus, yes. The CCF, Campus Christian Family. They used to call me romantic presido.
Hey,
I think that's the angle he's coming from. Oh.
And then
Erica will tell you I'm not romantic.
So we have one more comment. Good morning and happy new month. My name is Tony Pounds from Kaswa. I'm really enjoying your show. Thank you, Tony Pounds. We are glad you are enjoying our show. Thank you for your comments. And thank you for tuning in. Call a friend, call your brother, your sister, somebody. Tell them to tune into the Cocoa Digest morning show. So yes, our last story says, Kolebu. The allied health professionals are threatening to discontinue their outpatient services. So the Ghana Association of Medical Laboratory Scientists, the Ghana Physiotherapy Association, the Ghana Society of Radiographers, among 15 other professional associations, are among the group whose demands are being ignored by the hospital's medical directorates, the hospital being Kolebu Teaching Hospital. And addressing the media, the local chapter chairman, Dr. Francis Kwachi Enchi, threatened a nationwide strike if their demands are not met. And the Kolebu chapter of the Federation of Allied Health Professionals will suspend outpatient services at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital starting Friday, August 2, that is tomorrow, due to the hospital's refusal to appoint an independent body to oversee their operations. So they are just for a, okay, we have an audio that will be played.
Appointment of just a director to supervise the activity of all these professions. And Kolebu Teaching Hospital Board has denied us. And so our friends from the pharmacy, the nurses, our friends in the consulting room, the medical doctors, they all have their directorate. And over 50 years now, we have been under the medical directorate, of which we have not been treated fairly. In terms of opportunity to develop ourselves as professionals, we've been denied these opportunities for over 50 years now and counting. As we are celebrating our 100 years, all we are asking for is that you give us our freedom. And this freedom, we are demanding it now, not tomorrow.
Okay, so I'm sure we all saw the video. They are just asking for a director of the Allied Health Professionals Association so that they can have some representation at the board meetings and things like that, instead of being added to the medical directories, because they are also a different group of people. And so I think in the interview, when you continue the video, he says it's been about, I think, over 50 years, and they haven't had their own representative to be able to speak to issues concerning them and things like that. And It doesn't sound right.
It's very alarming, Yara. As you said, the video, I listened to it before coming, and some of the things were so, I was like, why? It's 50 years, and there's, like, for example, I don't know how KORLE medical, they does their things, but from the president, the chapter chairman, he said, when you go to Tamale Teaching Hospital, they have a director. For allied health, they have a director. When you go to home, they have a director. So the issue is, why not KORLE? That is the basis of their argument. If Ho is having, if Tamale is having, then why not KORLE? And they wrote a letter to the management, that's somewhere on the 19th of November last year, telling them that, no, it's high time we get a director, that's directorate for the allied profession. But it says they didn't mind them.
Yeah, I think they even said they only agreed to appoint a deputy.
That was on the 19th of July.
Okay.
They released a letter that they are advertising for a deputy director for the allied profession. And so when they saw that, they were like, it's not right. We want a directorate where we will get a director. So why are you giving us a deputy director? So, which is very bad. So they would also not agree to that. So they have to go back to the table for them to talk. And yes, though, there was no consensus built. So they realized the only option now is for them to put their tools down and just stay at home, so that the management will listen to them. I think, according to them saying 2019, they were supposed to get a rep of allied health profession, a rep at the teaching hospital board. But as at then, they were not having any of a rep there, so they have to go on a nationwide strike. The allied health have to go on nationwide strike before the Ministry of Health just listened to them, and they nominated someone to be part of the board. So you could see that over the years, there has been strike and they listen. It has been strike and so I think that is why this time around they are doing that. But in as much as they are doing that, please, they should care about the ordinary Ghanaian. Yes, because now you are putting your tools down. They said today, they are going to do it for today. That is...
And bit by bit.
So by Tuesday, it's going to be nationwide strike.
After those demands, then it's going to be
a nationwide strike.
And you know, I like the fact that our labor or our workforce is realizing their power, knowing that they are the backbone of everything, from the medical to wherever. Knowing that if we don't work, the country will not work.
Sure.
The system will not work.
It will not.
But then also, we need to strike a balance where the workforce does not decide that but just every whim, then they'll go on strike. So making all kinds of demands that may not even be rational, or what are the words to use?
So
you know, those kinds of things where just because, so maybe we may get an association that says they want V8, then the government should provide. If they don't provide, we'll go on strike. There should be some balance. It's good they are realizing their power, but let us also be careful.
Yeah, so before Mimi comes in, I think as what you said is true, but for some time being now, I think all the strike actions that have happened in the country, if we should follow it keenly, realize that it started somewhere.
Yes.
There's no workforce. There's not a situation we just stand up and be like, I'm going on strike.
Yes.
It will never happen. Look, listen to them over 50 years now. Yes. And how do you expect them to work?
Yes, and I'm just talking from the perspective of the fact that others may have seen that the strike, you know, route is working.
So they also try and do it.
They might, you know, try to start taking unreasonable, making unreasonable demands and things like that. So it's not that I'm saying that what they are saying they want is unreasonable. Of course, it is very reasonable. Every group, every association needs a representative on those management boards or places where they can speak to their needs to be met and things like that. But then also, we need to look at the fact that the way strike actions are coming up, protests and things, if we are very much likely to have a strike action that has very, very unreasonable demands as the reason for that strike too.
Yeah. So all I just wanted to add was the fact that KORLE Teaching Hospital, is renowned hospital in the country.
It's the biggest.
Biggest teaching hospital.
Yeah, exactly. And we all know the services they offer: comprehensive services, teaching services and other things. So just as you guys are saying, they should think about the ordinary Ghanaian, you know, the health of people. Yes, we know they have pressing needs, and yes, they need the government's attention, but they should also consider they should find alternatives. I mean, I don't know how, but I think there should be a way out. I mean, it shouldn't necessarily be strike, we are putting down our tools, you're not going to work and other things. What then happens to the people that you are being paid for to take care of?
But then also, it does not even involve the government as much as it involves the management of the
this is
hospital.
management of hospital.
Because we are just asking for a representative. Or, okay, well, speaking on their behalf, they just want a directorate, a group of people that they just come to them, speak for them. They are the ones they meet with their needs, and then they send it to the management because they are a different group. As we saw, it's the allied health professionals. They are different from other fields of medical, but they've just been put under one umbrella. And maybe certain needs that are streamlined to them are not being met. So it is not, how do we even put this that it will not sound? It is not too big an ask, so to speak. It is just a representative. And I'm sure they themselves could even elect someone among them to just come and sit on the board too. Maybe it's a financial...
they have for the management and board and
that's what they are going
It could also be a financial issue where maybe having to pay this new director of something. But then they should have that conversation with them and come to a consensus.
Because, you see, their basis is if Ho is having, why can't Kolubu?
Yes.
If Tamale is having, why not?
Exactly. What is the hindrance?
That is the whole issue. So I think the management...
also say something about it. So understand their reasons.
Yes,
and
they should.
We hope that Kolebu's management will be able to come to an agreement with it. Just give them what they need so that, because there are lives at stake. So if these lives are more important to us, as we know they are, then they are going to have to do something about this. And if the government needs to step in, the Ministry of Health, they should all the stakeholders involved should step in and then help us help ourselves. So thank you so much for joining me here for the news review. It has been an inspiring one as always, and I hope to see you again next week. So up next is a lifestyle segment, and the conversation is going to be around relationships and friendships, the importance of it all. So right after this break, Miriam and her guests will join us here on set to educate us, inform us, and of course, entertain us with information all about friendships and relationships. We will be right back.